Hey you guys, Coach Liz here. All right, today I want to give you some top tips on how to get the best results from your health program. I am talking from Element 12 in your life book. Make sure you check this out because Dr. Anderson goes over so many great tips just to help you get the best results from your health journey. A few things that I like to do when I have a client that maybe isn't losing as quickly as they feel like they should be, or they just want to get the best results, I give them my top tips. So there's a few things that we like to go over. The high five. I say, all right, are you getting enough sleep? Because sleep can affect your weight loss. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you prioritizing that sleep? It's so important. Are you drinking your water? Or are you drinking things that have calories? Maybe you've been drinking some alcohol or soda or something that might be keeping you out of fat burn. So check your hydration. All right, how about your movement? Are you moving at all? It might be a good time to start a walking program. If you're just getting started on the program though, don't start anything new for the first couple weeks. Or if you already work out really intensely, maybe cut it down. Cut it in half for a couple weeks so that your body can get into that good fat burn, because too much cardio often makes you really hungry. So look at your activity level. If you're not doing anything, it's a great time to start something. Up to 45 minutes if you're doing the 5-in-1 is great, but walking, I say, is just so good for you because it's hopefully something that you can do until the day you die if you stay healthy. So start now, start walking, and it doesn't have to be long. It could just be like a 20-minute walk. And then what about your stress? Are you under more stress than normal? Are you managing your stress well? Maybe you're emotionally eating, or even if you're sticking to your program but you're super stressed, your body could just be holding on to that fat, just as a safety measure. So learning to manage your stress, taking some deep breaths, sometimes that is all it takes, but having someone that you can talk to, or going for a walk, or doing some things that help you actually manage that stress, maybe planning ahead a little bit so that you're not feeling so stressed in the moment. Can be really helpful. And then the nutrition. I always say, go back to the basics. If you want to get the best results from your program, no matter which program you're on, go back to the basics, because so often we start having little bites and tastes here. We're not measuring. We're just, if you're lean and greens off and you're not getting enough protein, or you're skipping your healthy fat, maybe it's affecting your weight loss. So go back to the basics. Grab your Optavia guide and go over how much meat you're supposed to be eating. What healthy fats, how much healthy fat do you need? What vegetables, are you getting the right amount of vegetables? Are you sticking with the approved vegetables and staying away from the highest carb vegetables and fruits and breads right now, if you're doing the 5-in-1 plan, as you're in that mild ketosis, that fat burn. Also check your condiments. A lot of times you're not paying attention to, all the little extra dressings or sauces or, things like that. So check your condiments, that you're sticking to those 3 condiments. And then just making sure that you're not just mindlessly snacking, that you're sticking with your 5 fuelings and your lean and green, and then your optional snack if you feel like you need that. So, and then eating on time, eating within those every 3 hours, not going over the 3 hours, so that you can keep your blood sugar balanced, because your body is amazing when you can get that blood sugar balance. It's giving your insulin pump a rest by not having to pump insulin so much during the day. When you're keeping it balanced, it's really going to let your body go to work and use your fat stores. So those are just a few of my top tips. If you feel like you're doing everything right and you kind of feel stuck, the best thing I would recommend is keep a food log. I call it a BLT journal. Any bite, lick, or taste, write it down for a few days. Talk it over with your coach. Show your coach. Just go over that and see if there's anything that might be off, because sometimes it might be like a supplement that just has enough carbs that it's keeping you out of fat burn, like gummy vitamins, or a lot of those gummy vitamins or supplements have added sugar. Or it might be a drink that you thought was 0 calorie, but it's not. So it could just be something like that. So if you keep a food log for a few days, that is the best way that we can really look at the nutrition and see if there's anything that might be keeping you out of fat burn, especially after you went over that high five and you're getting your sleep and you're doing the best at getting some exercise and managing stress. But typically, if you just go back to the basics, kind of cut down on those higher fat things, like cutting down on the cheeses and those higher fats meats, sticking with more of the lean and leaner meats for a little bit, and the lowest carb veggies, and then swapping it, kind of mixing it up a little bit, can sometimes help also. Also, one little tip that often helps my clients, if they kind of feel like they're stuck or slowed down, I have them do a a day that they do all shakes for their fuelings, because the shakes are lower glycemic, and it tends to get you into a really good fat burn of a day of either more shakes throughout the week, or even just one day that your 5 fuelings are all shakes. For some reason, that usually works. The next day, usually the scale is down. So sometimes it's just that little something that needs to be tweaked to get things continuing to move and just feel like you're making more progress. So those are a few of my top tips on how to get the best results from your program, especially the 5-on-1 plan. But if you're doing a different plan, the same thing applies. Just go back to the basics. Make sure that you're really staying accountable to what you're eating, maybe keeping a food log for a few days. Go over it with your coach and just check those basic things that are going to help you. All right. I hope you have a great day.